So I modded a 3DS. Funnily enough, I didn't actually want to mod my 3DS at first. I just wanted to get rid of my now 3-year-old regular 2DS and get a new 3DS because I still think the design of this doorstop is ugly as shit. My first idea was to just transfer the old data from my 2DS over to the new 3DS, but after doing some research and reading some posts about it, on Reddit of course, because that site's legit amazing for this type of stuff, there were a surprising amount of people saying that, for example, if you do it wrong, you could lose your entire data stored on a 3DS and SD card, you could lose your purchased DLC, you could lose your save data of your games, and that you are gonna lose the demos that have limited uses. I didn't want to lose my data, even though it's very unlikely to happen. I just didn't want to lose years of my save data just for upgrading systems. It would have been less of an issue wasn't the eShop closed. I started thinking of alternatives. I wanted to get this new 3DS, but if I wasn't going to use it as my main system, then why buy it? Then I remembered I can actually hack this. At first, I was hesitant because a lot could go wrong with modding your 3DS, and this hesitation was grounded as well, because back in the day, I actually tried modding my Wii system. I managed to get the homebrew working on the system just by using an old Samsung phone and an SD card. But when I tried opening the application on my Wii, it just kept crashing. So I kinda never attempted any of that again. But I've grown since then, and I might actually understand some of this stuff better than I did before. So I attempted my second ever modding of a system. Now, modding my 3DS was actually more straightforward than I first thought. If you're like me, knowing absolutely nothing about the technical stuff of your gaming consoles, don't worry. It's actually as easy as they say it is. If you follow the exact steps you need to do in order to homebrew the system, you should be absolutely fine. If you're scared about bricking a system, no worries, because the tutorial linked in the description actually includes making an NAND backup or a NAND backup. That's a file you need to unbrick the system. I wanted to document the whole modding process of this system by videoing all the steps, but it was my first time modding a 3DS, so I wanted to make sure I did it all right, so I ended up not really filming the process. I'm not going to actually even tell you the process because you're way better off watching a tutorial for that. If you want to know how to do it, you could visit 3ds.hack.guide or watch the video I linked in the description. This is also the video I used to mod mine. Please first check if it's the right version, because it might be outdated by the time you're watching this. So, what can you do with a modded 3DS? What can't you do with a modded 3DS should be the question. You can emulate games, download games that were on the eShop, download ROM hacks, download DLC for games, get every single background possible, get custom badges, and that's just to name a few. I honestly wish I did this sooner because it appears I've been missing out. Though I'm glad that I get to keep my 2DS completely unhacked, because if anything happens to that, I'm certainly not going to be happy. So what did I install on my homebrew 3DS? The only apps I need. That background app, and the eShop, which directly downloads games to your home screen. There are a lot more apps to get though, but I just didn't see the use to have them, to be fair. Let me know which games you would download with a homebrew 3DS down in the comments, because I might actually download them as well. Goodbye. A tutorial. And that you are gonna lose the demos that I've